Hey everybody, William Larson here with Intoxicating Ideas. I hope you liked the first video. I appreciate all the likes, comments, subscribes. I don't really do this for any of that, but I do really appreciate all of those. Um, Again, like the first video, I'm gonna put out a disclaimer, not for kids. Drink, smoke, and I cuss. So, not for kids. This video, Quarantine Thoughts number 2, we're going to stick to the same topic. It's going to be about safety, driving. Hope you enjoyed the idea about the brake lights. This one goes a little more internal with it. So, again, hope you like the video. Now, for this one, my idea goes towards more of a mobile app, I would say. I started driving 20 years ago when I got my learner's permit, about the time cell phones just were getting popular. So, no smartphones at the time, not a big deal, but still pretty big distraction. Nowadays, smartphones, everybody's on their phone all the time, all day long, and it's a big issue. Not only is it a safety hazard, too many people have died and injured. Also, congestion with traffic, being stuck at a stoplight too long because somebody was staring at Facebook or whatever and just not paying attention to the road. So, the app idea is something I'm sure a lot of people have had, which is basically like a safe mode for your phone where while you're driving, you just can't access certain things. Your social media is off, if it's not an emergency phone call or text message, anything. Like, it's basically just a device that's there next to you, closer to a paperweight. It's things like GPS, navigating, stuff like that would still want to be active, but you don't want to do all the other distracting stuff that can, hurt, kill, whatever. So with this idea is basically a safe mode app for drivers where when you get in a car, you turn that car on, your phone basically becomes a paperweight. Now, a lot of people just would not want to do this on their own. It is what it is. It's not going to get everybody. But teenagers, the first couple of years that you're driving, you really need to focus on the road, especially with no parental supervision or anything. You're hanging out, driving with your friends, whatever. Don't be on your phone. If it's that important, let your friend next to you get on the phone. The biggest thing was trying to figure out how to make this app work, because GPS tracking can only do so much. You could be running, jogging, whatever, at 5 miles an hour. Your phone shuts off while you're listening to your favorite song. And next thing you know, now you're just pissed off because your phone's not working because you think you're driving because of safe mode app or something. Ridiculous. So that was the biggest obstacle, was trying to figure out how to make this app actually work while you're driving. And I was hanging out watching TV one day, and Progressive commercial came on talking about their Safe Driver little device that you can plug into your car to track your car's stuff, and the light clicked. I was like, that's it. I don't know if any other car companies have it, regardless, but as an insurance company that does have that device accessible, you could easily just set up an app, or within your own app that you've already created, just another option, to attach to certain phones, and while in the car, linked to that device, the phone shuts off. No non-emergency calls or text messages, GPS locating and directional, mobile apps only. That way, you're not distracted on the road. You can focus and pay attention. Guess what, kids? They were doing it before cell phones were invented for, almost a century? And nobody had any issues. You can drive without your cell phone. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I've been on my cell phone before too. I'm guilty, but I try to do it at the most minimal times in a back road, nobody's around, and even at stoplights though. How many people have missed a turn, hit a red light because somebody was sitting there on their phone, not paying attention to the light turning green, and ended up being stuck for another cycle? That kind of stuff is what has created a delay in the traffic system too. So not only is it a safety issue with being distracted while driving and causing accidents, but just the overall commuting to and from work, day-to-day traffic, it has congested that just that much more with people not paying attention. Like the jump start time from when that light turns green has, I would imagine, diminished pretty significantly. So the idea behind that is, say whatever insurance company you have has that device, plug it in, log it into all the phones in your family, especially you got kids. Whenever they're in that car, it's password protected. You can't disable the app, you can't uninstall the app without a password code, and it will disable any social media, any non-emergency phone calls or texts coming in or going out, the whole 9 yards. It will leave that literally just there as, hey, do you need directions to go where you need to go? Hey, boom, you can use that for that. If it's that important, on the way to somebody, you need to send a text before you start the car. I guess the main issue is figuring out, should it be on right when the car starts, or if it's in gear? That's, 6 to 1, half a dozen to the other. But ideally, this would at least significantly reduce people on their cell phones while they're driving and being able to do what you're supposed to be doing while you're on the road, just paying attention, focus on what's around you. So, that's the short and skinny version of that one. Just insurance companies that have that, and if you're a parent and have it and you're using it for your kids, could be a insurance discount, like, hey, put it on your own phone, do it with your own time, cut you a discount. The one thing, maybe you're on a family trip, all of you are in the car together, it's all linked to that same device plugged in your car. You have the accessibility to go in, deactivate the devices for anybody in the car who is not driving at that time. Also, I don't have kids or anything like that, but I know as a kid, I was kind of an asshole. And if I was driving around and parents pissed me off, I would be an asshole to them. Nowadays, taking away their privileges is a great way to reprimand your children. So if they're still being an asshole on the family trip, boop, hit the app, now all of a sudden their phone's disabled and they have nothing to do but to sit there and stare out the window like I had to do when I was a kid. Not the end of the world. But mentally that, it's pretty much like a restriction for them. So there's other options you can play with that in there too. So, just my idea. Mainly it's about safety. You want to make sure everybody's focused on the road, focused on the red light that you're at, and making sure when that turns green, you're actually going and not sitting there for another 5, 10 seconds, whatever, and making somebody else miss a light. So, yeah, that's my second quarantine thought that I've released so far. I hope you enjoy that. And like I said, I've got 8 more coming for the next 2 weeks, and we'll see how that goes and release a few, maybe another 10 down the road. Thanks for watching. Hope y'all have a great day.